Welcome back to another week of the Game Time Decision podcast, right in the midst of the NFL postseason. Joined today with Spin and Tyler. A lot of stuff to cover. We had the wildcard games. We all did brackets. Most of us were pretty close. I think we all had Oakland winning. No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe did you have Green Bay losing?
I had the Giants. My predicted Super Bowl champion, New York Giants, lost to the Packers in a game that was a lot closer than the score indicated.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
Through the first 29 minutes and 54 seconds, it was a very close game. And then Aaron Rodgers threw the Hail Mary, and then they played sloppily. But if it weren't for a couple of drop passes by wide receivers, Odell, thanks for going to Miami. But I'm happy. Giants scared me the most, and they're out. So
Happy from a Patriots fan perspective?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So we're going to go through the slate of games this weekend. We'll first start off. We'll go in order by time slot because in a couple hours,
Seattle and Atlanta
will take off.
we are currently speaking at 1:09 p.m. on Saturday, January 14th.
So we'll start with that game. We all know what Joe thinks about the Falcons. They're frauds. What do you guys think?
Falcons, frauds.
So the spread is Seattle +6, and I'm actually going to take Atlanta. I don't think their defense is as bad as people make it out to be, and I think
You think Falcons are going to win by 6 or more?
I think they're going to lose by less than 6 points.
So you take Seattle.
It's +6 means Atlanta's favored
Yeah.
by 6.
No, Seattle's favored by 6.
No, they're not.
Is Seattle?
No, Seattle's on the road. Every spread. Seattle +6. That means Seattle are underdogs.
Let me take a look.
Well,
Underdogs.
if it's Seattle
Seattle's underdogs.
+6, I'd definitely take Seattle.
No, it's Seattle. Seattle's. It's Atlanta.
I'm
Atlanta
fairly sure
-6.
Seattle was favored.
No, Seattle's not favored. I'm 100%.
I think
confident.
Seattle's definitely going to keep it close, but I definitely have Atlanta winning the game. I think Atlanta's legit. I think they're going to make a serious run at the Super Bowl. I do think that the Seahawks are also a pretty good team. They had a good showing against the Lions. Really proved that they were a
Atlanta
superior team.
is favored by 6?
Yes.
Then I'd take Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game, but I do think Atlanta's going to win.
I actually have Seattle. If you remember from last week, I had them going to the Super Bowl. I actually had them winning. Just my thoughts. And yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a really close game, within that 6-point spread. And then tonight,
Yep.
I think that's going to be the closest game in the playoffs.
You do?
I do.
Houston versus...
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Green Bay, Dallas. I was thinking of that.
That's
tomorrow. That's
Wait,
tomorrow.
let's go.
Let me give my pick for the Seattle.
Okay.
All right.
I think I know what you're going to say.
I have it being not close, and I have the Seattle Seahawks winning in a double-digit game to prove how much of a fraud team the Falcons are.
If you want to talk about a game where the score was not, the game's closest was not as well indicated by the score as it should have been. I think Detroit was down by a touchdown for the majority
of a game.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, that was a very one-sided affair.
They played well against. Yeah, they
Seattle's
prayed.
Gonna
They prayed.
kill
They
Seattle's
played.
going to kill the
So
Falcons.
I don't think it's going to be killing.
No.
Oh, it's going to be a murdering. They're going to shoot that bird up in the air, and it's going to go down, and they stink.
They're both birds.
All right, moving on to
Seahawks are better bird.
tonight's game. We'll spend the majority of time on this game. Houston versus New England. New England's -16, correct?
That is correct.
Joe, what do you think in this game?
This is tough. When you have a spread this big, it's tough. But you know what? I am taking the New England Patriots. It's a divisional game. It's the type of game where the other team stinks, and the Patriots are... I don't even know how good the Patriots are because they played a bunch of crap bag teams this entire time. But LeGarrette Blount's going to have 150 yards and 3 touchdowns, and you're going to hear everyone go, "Blunt force trauma, LeGarrette Blount. See, you're wrong. LeGarrette Blount's the best." No, it's going to be tonight. It's going to be cold. You're going to have your Patriots are going to be up by 20. Blount's going to is going to have an 80-yard touchdown when he breaks into the secondary, and it's 20 degrees, and it's 11 o'clock at night. And the Texans secondary is going to be like, why do I want to tackle this 260-pound behemoth of a man? I'm just gonna let him score. I don't want to risk getting an injury. My muscles are tight. It's cold. Patriots are gonna kill him. And
Who do you have as an X factor in this game? I have Marcus Cannon as an X factor because, as we've seen in the past with upsets of the Patriots in the playoffs, it's come from the pass rush, and Jadeveon Clowney, as we've seen with the 2 giant Super Bowls last year, obviously against the Broncos. Jadeveon Clowney's had a tremendous year. And when the Patriots played the Texans earlier this year, J.J. Watt was still healthy, and Marcus Cannon did a tremendous job on him. So he'll probably have to block Clowney for the majority of the night. So if he can do a good job on him, I don't think there's too much of a chance of an upset. I mean, there's not too much of a chance of an upset anyway, but it's pretty much a win if they can neutralize the pass rush.
My X factor is actually James Devlin. I think that he's going to have a big game blocking for LeGarrette Blount. This is going to be a LeGarrette Blount game.
You think?
Brady's going to have 25 or less attempts. It's going to be a game Patriots want to. This is going to be the Patriots game plan, because, and this is why I'm kind of going back and forth thinking about the spread. This is going to be a game where the Patriots say, "All right, we're favored. We're at home."
They win like 24-10, but it's completely one-sided. Like it's a blowout,
yeah,
but not on the scoreboard.
Like they want to just get out of here healthy. And they want to stay rested and stay fine for when they play either the Steelers or Kansas City. So they're not gonna want to throw the ball a lot. They're not gonna want to put Edelman, Bennett, any of those guys in harm's way. It's gonna be a LeGarrette Blount game. And if James Devlin can pave the way for LeGarrette Blount, and the Patriots can control the ball for 35, 40 minutes and just have the game just go by because they just want this game to get over with and just advance.
And then with Malcolm Mitchell out, who do you think, Joe, is going to get the number 3 receiver reps? Danny Amendola or Michael Floyd?
Michael Floyd, absolutely.
You think so?
Michael
Floyd's a big enough grasp on the playbook so far?
I think he's when you're playing against a team like Houston, I think I don't want to say it's a double bye, but I think it would be it would be a good time to kind of get him integrated, kind of like it was against Miami when you were up. But again, I think this is a LeGarrette Blount game. This is a game where you just want to get in, get out, and make sure no one gets hurt.
Mm-hmm. So you guys were chit-chatting earlier about the possibility of our friend Garoppolo getting in, Jimmy Garoppolo. So do you think they'd give him some playoff experience, and at what point would they put him in? You know, how big of a score?
Probably 4 touchdowns, something like that. 4 score.
I think it would have to be fourth quarter, and it would have to be 20 points or more.
Yeah, okay. Something like that. Yeah. Okay, so we have some greater than, less than, throwing it back 2 months ago. More LeGarrette Blount touchdowns or Brock Osweiler interceptions? Joe, what do you think?
I am going to put it at LeGarrette Blount touchdowns. I think he's going to have 3 touchdowns today.
Wow.
I think Brock Osweiler is going to have maybe 1 or 2 picks. I think the way Bill O'Brien's going to try to scheme it is he's going to want to just have Brock Osweiler play within the system, and I think he's going to try to win the game on defense, try to disrupt Brady, try to score some special teams touchdowns. But I don't think Brock Osweiler is going to be taking too many shots. Therefore, I think that he might throw 1 or 2 picks, but LeGarrette Blount, this is a LeGarrette Blount game. He's going to rush for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns, and then next week, whether we play the Chiefs or the Steelers, I'll get to who I think we're going to play next week. But when it comes to that, it's going to be LeGarrette Blount just running all over the place. So I have LeGarrette Blount.
I think there's a chance that they try to implement Deion Lewis and James White more than LeGarrette Blount. You never really know with the Patriots. So I'm going to go with Brock Osweiler interceptions. I think he'll have 2 or 3 interceptions. I just think, I've said before, I think he's maybe the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. And the Patriots have been forcing a lot of turnovers since basically the second half of the year. So I'm going to go with Brock Osweiler interceptions.
I think it'll also be Brock Osweiler interceptions. I think the Pats secondary is very, very strong and smart. I do think the Texans will be able to LeGarrette Blount won't be able to run on the Texans as much as we'd like him to. I still think he's going to have a nice game. I'm sure he'll pick up at least 1 touchdown, but I can see Osweiler just tossing the ball away quite a few times.
What about this? Tom Brady passer rating or DeAndre Hopkins receiving yards?
I'm going to go with Tom Brady passer rating.
Wow.
Because it's going to be a game where Tom Brady, he'll go like 16 of 22 for like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That'll spike his...
And he won't have a lot of incompletions. He won't have a lot of interceptions. And it'll be a high passer rating game in like a Alex Smith sense. Because Alex Smith will have a high passer rating, but he won't have like a lot of volume stats. And I think that will happen with Brady. And another thing
I agree with that.
With Bill Belichick, the way he does it is there's Fuller and there's Lamar Miller. They're fine players, but Belichick's scheme is to take away the guy, your main guy. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to put Logan Ryan
on Hopkins
with the safety over the
that's
top,
what I think.
and then have Butler completely take out
on
Fuller.
Yeah.
So
Because I don't think Malcolm Butler's big enough to cover DeAndre Hopkins.
yeah, so you're gonna put the Ryan with the safety help.
Yeah, I also think Tom Brady pass rating, but I could foresee a big game from DeAndre Hopkins. Logan Ryan's been inconsistent at best this year, and I could see him blowing up for 130, 140 yards, something like that.
I could also see, like, the Patriots are up by so much, they put in the rust guys, like their second-tier guys in, like, not fully, but, like, if they want to keep Butler and, like, Hightower fresh, they'll put someone else in. But here's one thing I would like to say. Who has a better chance of playing today? Jimmy Garoppolo or Tom Savage?
Probably Tom Savage.
Yeah,
Definitely Tom Savage. I think if the Texans get down maybe 14-0, 17-0 early, and Brock Osweiler maybe throws a pick, has a fumble, not looking good, I don't think they'll hesitate to put in Tom Savage.
Yeah, Brady would have to get like blindsided real bad to put Garoppolo in, unless they have, like you said, a huge lead at the end of the game.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to tomorrow's two games.
Yeah, the big games.
Two very interesting games. So first we have Green Bay traveling to Dallas to play the Cowboys. Green Bay's without Jordy Nelson. Dallas coming off the bye as the number 1 seed. Joe, what do you think about this game?
I have that bad man, Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
Dallas is a very good team. I just don't trust the inexperience. I could be wrong, but I think Aaron Rodgers is hot. I think that the Cowboys' defense
No Jordy Nelson, though.
No Jordy Nelson, that is true. I don't know. That injury makes it a lot closer than I think it would have been differently otherwise. I think it's really like a 51-49. Like not the score, but like the percent chance.
That would be nuts.
No, I'm saying like 51. I'm saying
It could really go either way.
Yeah, like I give the Packers like a 51% chance of winning and the Cowboys a 49% chance of winning, even with the Jordy Nelson injury. It's going to be a great game. I really think so. I hope that the Cowboys win because I just want to get Aaron Rodgers out of the playoffs because I want a clear path. I want a clear path to the Super Bowl for Tom.
Yeah, I also think it's going to be a really close game. But, I mean, when Aaron Rodgers is playing like this, we've talked about this before, there's really no team that can stop him, let alone the Cowboys defense that is extremely overrated. I mean, and the thing with Jordy Nelson, I think Aaron Rodgers, when he's playing like this, could be throwing to us three, and he would still be making plays and scoring a lot of points. So I don't really think it matters that Jordy Nelson. I mean, it does matter a little bit, but he's a fine receiver. They still
have Randall Cobb. But
he's not a fine receiver.
No, he's nothing spectacular. I think he's a little bit. No, I think he's a little bit overrated.
You are disrespectful, Webb.
I think he's a little bit overrated.
Oh, really? I'm pulling up the stats right now. Tell me if you think this is.
And, I mean, everyone who's going to play with Aaron Rodgers, Joe, is going to have inflated stats. It's the same thing with Tom
97
Brady.
catches, 1,257 yards, and 14 touchdowns.
I don't think he's elite.
2014, 98 catches, 1,500 yards,
I still don't think
touchdowns.
he's one of the best receivers in the league, and that's what a lot of people say.
If he didn't play with Aaron Rodgers, he would not look as good as you make him out to be.
He would still be a fine
I think he's a fine wide receiver. I don't think he's anything
top
more.
Top 10. He's a top 10 wide receiver.
I don't think
yes, he is.
I disagree.
Yes, he is, Webb.
I don't think
you are wrong. You are wrong. That is you are disrespecting Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson, if you are listening, I apologize for that man's blatant
I like Randall
disrespect.
Cobb more. He's faster. He's younger.
I'll take Jordy Nelson.
I think he has better hands.
Oh, no. Better hands than Jordy? No.
Okay, moving on to the night game tomorrow. Pittsburgh traveling to Kansas City in an ice storm. So the game got pushed back a little bit.
An ice storm.
Yeah, we
Joe,
know
what
why
do you think about
they
this game? Game heavy influence on the Patriots' path to the Super Bowl.
Well, here is I have some interesting stats. I pulled this out. Ben Roethlisberger on the road. Have you guys heard about his stats on the road?
No.
This season, at home, 20 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. On the road, 9 touchdowns, 8 picks, 78 passer rating. That's very subpar. Go back to 2015. On the road, at home, Ben Roethlisberger, 16 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. On the road last year, 5 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Wow.
Go back the year before that, 2014. I'll take a 3-year sample because I don't want to bore you guys. Just to prove my point, the past 3 years.
He's better at home than
he had He had a career year in 2014. He had 23 touchdowns to 4 interceptions at home. On the road, 9 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. And his passer rating was 91 on the road compared to 115 at home. He is not a good road quarterback. I think the Kansas City Chiefs will win.
Hostile environment, Kansas City.
Arrowhead is a very tough place to play. I think Andy Reid, for all the criticism he gets for his clock management in the playoffs. I believe he's 14-2 or 16-2 coming off a bye in his career. I think he's a very good coach. I agree 100% with what Terry Bradshaw said. And I agree with what Colin Cowherd says about Mike Tomlin. Very overrated coach.
He's a cheerleader.
He's a cheerleader. That's what he is. Joey Porter got arrested, and now he's back. I think that team's a mess. I think the fact that, all right, fine, you beat Miami. Miami was ready to pack it in. They didn't want to play in 6-degree Pittsburgh. They weren't. That wasn't even a game. Anyone could have really beat them. I think it's going to be closer. I think the score's going to be closer than the game is because the Steelers will be down by 10, and then Roethlisberger will score a touchdown in the end to make it closer. But I'm going 27-24 Chiefs.
I could really see this game going either way. I've wavered. I picked the Steelers in my bracket.
So did I.
And I don't know. That trio of Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Ben Roethlisberger.
It's a weapon.
It's unbelievable, and they're definitely going to score some points.
But look at Ben Roethlisberger's road stats. Did that change your mind at all?
No, that did actually change my mind a little bit.
Bit of saltiness, but
I don't know. Ben Roethlisberger versus Alex Smith, and just those weapons on offense versus Kansas City, who has a fine offense, but nothing spectacular.
I'm kind of seeing things your way. I just think Pittsburgh's just a bit of a better team.
And and the Chiefs' defense is good, but they haven't played that well this year, and they're definitely prone to getting thrown all over. And I think that it's going to be a close game. It could really go either way, but I'm sticking with Pittsburgh.
The Chiefs create turnovers and don't turn the ball over. Chiefs are going to play a good game, a solid game. I think they're going to win.
All right, well, we will find out tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see. Joe, you have some thoughts on the Baseball Hall of Fame voting.
All right, so yes, we will do a little bit of a segment. Hall of Fame voting will be out, and I will bring up the 2017.
When do they vote?
I think everything's in by January.
So they don't let you. They didn't send you your own ballot.
And the writers starting this year have to publicize their vote. Correct.
Correct.
That's interesting.
So here is the official Hall of Fame.
So
ballot.
everyone knows who voted for who.
Correct.
So we'll start off with
do that
guys
until this year.
who are returning to the ballot. So who were on last year and who got above the 5% threshold of votes.
What percentage do you need?
You need 75 to make it in, and you need 5% to stay on the ballot, and you're on for 10 years. It used to be 15, now it's 5. And Jeff Bagwell, I'll give you just his career numbers: 449 career home runs, a 297 career batting average, and a 948 OPS. He got almost 72% last year.
Yeah, I'd probably go yes.
You're a yes on Jeff Bagwell?
Yeah.
I'm a no on Jeff Bagwell. I think he's a very good player, but I don't think he's Hall of Fame. Next guy who's on
wait. Is there any specific area? I think to be an easy no, you have to lack a huge one area. You have to lack the ability to So say this guy he hit a lot of bombs. He had a good batting average, but he had I don't know, maybe he his slugging percentage wasn't as good. So or he had a low slug percentage, but he didn't get a lot of extra base hits, something like that. Or maybe his RBIs were low. You can have a lot of good stuff, but if you have one big thing missing, I can see that. But it doesn't sound like Bagwell was really
I think with the Hall of Fame in every sport, you either have to be dominant or MVP caliber for at least a short period of time, maybe 5 years.
Yeah, you got to be super well-rounded.
Very solid, consistent, a very good player for a long span of years. So it's either going to be one of the two. So
I think Bagwell, it's borderline. I think he fits into the Hall of very, very good, but not great. Okay. This guy will get in this year, and I don't see how. I didn't watch him play. He's on his 10th year on the ballot. Tim Raines, just to give you his career numbers, 107.
I've never heard of him.
Really? He's going to get in this year. He had 70% last time, and currently of the.
What team was he on?
So the Expos. If you look at the voting, he's going to get in. He's at 85% amongst the votes that have been publicized, which are about half of them. And he had 170 career home runs, 980 RBIs. He stole 808 bases, but career batting average 294. Well below everything. He's a great defensive player. I don't really know much about him, but
all right,
I say no.
Go through the top 5 most controversial guys, and we'll talk.
Tim Raines is probably up there. Trevor Hoffman.
I'd go yes.
When he retired, he led He was the all-time leader in saves.
all-time leading saver there. Yeah, absolutely.
Chris, you got?
I don't know.
Kurt Schilling.
No.
What do you think, Joe?
100% yes.
Yeah, because he likes Kurt Schilling.
I mean, playoff performer,
For more
one of the
than
better
just-
playoff pitchers ever. I don't know. That's really close.
This guy came to 2 places and brought them World Series.
How many years has he been on the ballot now? Is this 3 or 2?
This is his 5th.
What? All right, yeah, I'd go yes then. I'd go yes.
Roger Clemens.
Absolutely.
100% agree. Barry Bonds.
Yes. He has to
Barry
be.
Bonds.
He's one of the
definitely.
best players of all time. Yeah.
Edgar Martinez.
Who?
Edgar Martinez.
I don't.
Probably the greatest DH before David Ortiz. When you talk about, he didn't have longevity. He had 309 home runs, but his career 312 batting average, 418 OBP.
How many years did he play?
Let's see how many.
So yeah, like Tyler said, was he MVP caliber for like 3-4 years?
He played for 18 years,
Wow.
but his career really didn't start until he was 28. That's when he started playing a lot.
Yeah, I'd go no.
He was never a big home run guy.
I'd go no.
I'm a yes on him. I think he was the guy who pretty much revolutionized the DH spot and made it a real like position that you had to fill. This guy, I think he should get in. Mike Mussina. Career 270 wins. How often do you see a guy get 270 wins?
Where does that rank all time?
I don't know where it ranks all time, but you have to look at it this way. Back in the 30s and 40s, guys like
they pitched
and
like the
even
whole
before that,
game, and they
yeah.
pitched every other day, stuff like that. Yeah.
He's up there like amongst people in the last 20 years. Like the last 300 game winner was Randy Johnson. Then you had like Tom Glavine and Greg Maddux. But
Mussina. Why? What would you say?
I'm a yes on Mussina.
I don't know. Tough to put a Yankees guy in.
Yeah. And then we have guys like Sammy Sosa. Are you a yes or no on him?
Yes.
I'm a yes on Sammy.
He only got
Sosa.
7% last time on the ballot.
That's crazy.
Steroid guy. I don't know. It's tough to say because his batting average wasn't that great. It was 273 career batting average, but he had 609 home runs. Let me look this up.
That he has to be in.
Yep, he had 609. Steroid guy. I don't know. I waver back and forth. Oh, and now so that's that. And then I skipped over guys like
How can you be no on Sammy Sosa, but an easy, definite yes on Kurt Schilling?
because Kurt Schilling
I
didn't
know,
do
I know,
steroids.
I know they're different, but yeah, but how many guys in the Hall of Fame did steroids?
I think there's so many guys that did steroids.
But the
that
thing
you
is-
just have to be under the assumption that they all or maybe probably on something.
Yeah.
So you just have to.
So-
You can't really. It's tough to draw the line.
So
certain places.
I like skipped over guys who are obviously probably knows from all of us like Lee Smith, Fred McGriff, Jeff Kent,
I wish I had heard of one of those guys.
Billy Wagner, who's a really good closer back in the day. So now we'll get to the new guys on the list. Ivan Rodriguez. Pudge Rodriguez.
Pudge Rodriguez.
He was the best catcher in baseball for about 15 years. He was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Playing the
6, 7,
Marlins?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-time All-Star and Gold Glover.
Did he play in the Marlins?
Yep. He's a catcher with a career 296 batting average.
See, that's actually.
I'd probably go yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good for a catcher.
14-time Gold Glover as a catcher.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. You
He's one of the greatest catchers of all time.
Yes.
I am an unequivocal yes on Pudge Rodriguez.
Yes.
Next, I think this guy is the most beautiful swing I've ever been able to see and
Kevin
witness.
Ken
Youkilis?
Griffey?
Kevin Youkilis?
Okay, Ken Griffey got in last year. Manny Ramirez.
Forgot about that. Yeah, he has to be in. He's one of the greatest right-handed hitters ever.
555 home runs, over 1,800 RBI, career
Didn't he?
312
I
batting
heard he
average.
signs like with a contract with the
Yeah.
team in Japan.
Yeah.
Japan, yeah.
Are you a yes or no on Manny?
I'm a yes on Manny.
Absolutely.
Definitely not blinded by the rain.
Now, if I were saying which player on the ballot right now has the best chance of getting in, it would be this guy right here, Vlad Guerrero. I think this guy is a total package as a player. Never, ever been linked to steroids. I love him. 449 home runs, career 318 batting average.
Wow. He hit. I think he hit 360 one year or something like that. 370. He had one crazy
He had the best.
year.
He has the best arm I've ever seen. See how many Gold Gloves does he have? I don't see any Gold Gloves actually. But he's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-time All-Star. Bunch of Silver Sluggers. Won an MVP.
Wow. I'd go yes.
I'm a hard yes on Vlad Guerrero. Absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
Does that wrap it up?
I think that wraps it up. Thank you for the little baseball segment, Joe.
Gotta love it.
Pleasure as always, Tyler.
Yep. Great
Awesome.
talk.
So we'll see how those NFL games play out. It should be interesting. You can expect another little preview / review next week, hopefully.
We might have a football show coming out midweek with special guests.
Yeah, we could have a guest midweek. Maybe we'll combine the two because I'm pretty busy next weekend. But we'll keep you posted on the Game Time Sports Network. As always, the website, GameTimeSportsNetwork.com, YouTube, www.youtube.com/GameTimeSportsNetwork. As always, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks,
Go
guys.
Pats.